The boys are back in town. I'm kidding. Hello everybody. This is a long time coming. It's been like a year, right? This is like post-COVID now.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look it up. Let's see how long
it's been. A long time. Like, I think it's probably been a little over a year. Oh, by the way, this is Christopher Sanchez of the C&D Corner. I don't know if we're still calling it that, or if this is just gonna be
the REDUX.
The REDUX.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
And Dalton Baker. I forgot to say my name.
And yeah, it's been like a year. And right now, Dalton's checking how long it's been. It's been a while. It's been like a year. I think I've been kind of like in a weird way.
1 year ago.
Yeah, 1 year ago. I've been kind of like craving to do a podcast, but I think it was a lot of me just being lazy. And yeah, I think there's a lot of shit I want to do, but I think it always comes to me not. I think lately I've been becoming more schedule orientated, and I've been like trying to like value my time more. And I feel like when you make plans with somebody and they don't prioritize those plans, or okay, say like make plans with somebody on a day and they cancel, they don't prioritize the time they have with you. So you have to always make sure you're not wasting your time in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, your time's valuable.
Exactly. I don't know if you have anything to talk about. I have like a paper, but I don't know if you had anything in mind.
Honestly, I didn't write anything down.
No, don't worry about it.
You look like you got some good topics. Let's run through them.
Okay, so I switched shifts at my job. I work more days, but I work better hours. So like I'm not fucking slaving all day like a damn slave.
Right.
Like,
that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a year ago. I used to work like 12-hour shifts, and that shit sucked. It was shit. It was bad for our mental health, and it was just bad for like in general my body. My body was like falling apart, and that was me like balancing working out and martial arts too.
I forget we have to catch everybody up on the past year.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote about COVID a little. Like, okay. So, what are your thoughts on COVID? That it's hypothetically all over now. This is where you're about to get canceled, so you better have your answer.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, being in Texas, I feel like nothing's really changed.
Yeah, right.
Like we had like a month or two where we were really in lockdown, and then after that, it was just like okay, back to normal. I think
I agree 100%. I think when COVID began, like I'm talking about when COVID first began, like when videos were coming out from Wuhan. From China, I used to be like paranoid. I used to be like, oh my god, it's gonna be like 28 weeks later, you know, we're gonna have to be like putting a 9mm in my grandma's face, you know. I thought it was gonna be something like that, you know. But I think after like a lot of like information came out, oh man, we're about to get canceled. I think COVID is bad. Obviously, I'm not saying it's not bad. It's not a thing, but it's like one of those things where I think it's my opinion. It was blown out of proportion for like political benefits and political gain and like weird laws and shit. Like a lot of misinformation, a lot of like I think there's science, but like it's like how can I say, like there's no one's right, you know what I mean? And the whole COVID fiasco or whatever, how you use that word, a fiasco. Like I think it was more like just like, well, if putting on a mask makes you feel better, put on a mask, you know. Wear a mask forever, you know. Like, do what you gotta do, you know. If whatever makes you feel safe, you know. I'm not saying, but like, there's people at my job. Ever since like the last month, we don't have to wear like mask anymore. They were like, okay, you know, since the vaccine's out, you don't have to wear mask, but people are still wearing it, and I'm like, they don't even wear it right. Like wearing it like under their nose, or they're wearing it under their chin. And I'm like, just take that shit off, you know. And I was telling someone, just take it off, unless you ugly, you know, keep that shit off. Unless you ugly. But yeah, I mean, like, really doesn't do anything. My job gave me a raise recently, and honestly, the raise was like kind of poop. It was kind of shit, to be honest. It was kind of like a raise where it was like, really, that's it. And like, well, it wasn't for everybody. It was only for a few people. And they called us into his room. The raise, I'm telling you, like this guy was making like some people got bumped up like $1, other guys got bumped. This guy got bumped up like 5 cents. Like it was really not. It wasn't that much. Yeah. And there's one guy at the end, and then at the end, it kind of frustrated me because they were like, "Clap, everybody, clap! You know, clap for your raise. Like, say thank you." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what am I?
Say thank you for your peanuts.
And then the guy when he went home, it was like 2 hot models he paid for, and the jacuzzi like. on those suckers. You know, they're happy over that amount of money we gave them. You know, how stupid of them. You know, it just seemed like, really, that's all you're gonna pay us. Basically, they were paying us. They were bumping our pay to the new people's pay, which is nothing. If anything, they should be paying us more than the new people. You know, why pay us the same? But But this guy at the end, he was like, they're like, any questions or any comments? And this guy, even if I say something, because I have all these thoughts in my mind, even if I say something, I know they don't give a fuck, you know. I know they don't care about my actual opinion. They're just going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Get to work. Okay, shut up. This guy at the end, he raises his hand, he goes, thank you so much. You know, this and that and this. And I'm like over here like, bro, where's your fucking pride, you know?
Yeah, have some dignity.
Have some dignity,
Come
bro.
on,
He should have just went like full, like, Japanese, like, you know, go on the floor and like bow or some shit. I was like, bro, get out of here. I'm not gonna say thank you for somebody. You know, they're still undermining us and they still don't treat us right. And we're working in hard conditions all day. Like, you guys can't afford AC. You know what I mean? Like, I think all these, like, what I'm saying is that my job does this thing where we're like every corporate company, they just milk us.
Of course, yeah.
But our company gets it really bad because we don't have employees. So instead of like going like, hey, thank you everybody for working, they do this thing where they like just squeeze you more, like a lemon or an orange. They just squeeze more out of you and see what else they can get out of you, you know? And like then they expect you to say thank you. Like the lady at the end's like, because all the managers were there, like it was kind of like and they had like the dumb, like, you know, party music on when we came in, like, you ready for this? I'm like, I'm in hell right now. What the fuck is this? Like, get me out of here, man. Like, I would have felt better if the raise was like, hey, Chris, I guess I didn't tell you what happened. Oh, we're paying you like $1 more. Oh, cool. I don't want you to call me into a room, have the stupid, you know, party music, you know that, and then go like, okay, now say thank you. I'm like, fuck out of here, you know. Yeah. It's like they had dog food in their hand. They're like, all right, get a bite. I was like, what the fuck? What else? I was thinking about annoying coworkers. You know, like, I had this annoying coworker ever since I switched to this new shift. And he's those kind of guys who just, it's in Spanish, he doesn't speak English, but like everything he says is like, it's like, he's those people who try to push you and see how much they can push you, you know, to the point where they can like how can I say this, like, it's fun in games when someone like makes comments about you or says something about you, but when it gets to the point where it gets kind of like, okay, bro, we get the gist, you know. Yeah. You know, it's not funny anymore. And then the other day, this guy, like, I dropped my taco on the floor and he kicked my taco.
What a dick.
And it was like wrapped in tinfoil, so I still could have ate it, but like he kicked it, and I was like, bro, for real, kick my taco. And then the next day he was like, and then later that day, like we're having a safety meeting after a break or whatever, and he comes up to me, he goes, hey, what's up, bro? And he like punches my arm like real fucking hard, and I'm over here like, man, I was getting to that point where I was like, man, like I don't tell people I train, you know, but I'm in my head like, man, I just wanna like knock you out. I wanna give you like the TKO, you know, just like one punch knockout, you know. But like but yeah, and then I was going walking to clock in, right, and I think it was just months of build up. I was just like, you know what, bro, just leave me alone. I'm sick and tired of you. You know, just fuck off. You know, just I don't want to see your face. Don't say nothing to me. You know, and after that, I was like, I'm gonna tell the manager, you know, I don't want you to bother me no more if you keep bothering me. And then I thought about it. I go, why am I waiting? What am I waiting for? So I just went to go tell the manager right then. I snitched on his ass. But I tell my manager, the only reason I'm telling you something is because I'm more afraid of what I'm gonna do to him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's what I'm more afraid of. I'm more afraid that I'm gonna like just smash him. You know? Yeah. Or I tell even to my manager, you're lucky I'm not ignorant or stupid, or I have a control of my emotions, because somebody else who's, you know, less. I thought about that too. That's what made me bring this up. It's like the most manly decision would have been to like just punch him right there and fight him right there. You know? Over doing some dumb shit. But just because something's manly, quotation marks, it doesn't make it the right decision. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. But like, I think about it and I process it and I go, well, it's good to learn these lessons. Like, everything I see and everything that happens to me, I try to see it as a lesson, you know? I'm not trying to like, you know, it's like, I have to go through that and see, like, you know. But I thought about it, I was like, you know, I need to just tell the manager, because I know later if he keeps messing with me, I'm going to pop off and I might actually hurt him. You know what I mean? And he's always like, I know how to fight. I fought on the street. You know, you want to fight me? I have street experience.
It's definitely different.
Definitely different. Yeah, I told him that too, because Because like there's this old boxer. He's from Cuba,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in Cuba. They used to fight for food. Like that, they like literally they would fight. The more fights you would win, the better food, the more food you would get.
Yeah, I think Romero talked about that.
And this guy, he's old. He's probably like 70, but this dude has those Cuban genetics where he looks like Yo Romero. Like Romero's like what is like almost 50 or he's like over 40.
Yeah, I think he's like 43 or something.
Yeah, but Yo Romero looks like he's like 20 or like 19, bro. Like dude looks like fucking just jacked. That's how this old guy is. He's like 70, but like from the neck down, he's just swole. Like he just has those genetics. But he's like from the head up, he's just old. He has a gray hair, saggy skin. He looks old. But anyways, he's a boxer, and I talk about boxing with him. And I guess he told that guy I know how to box, and I think that's what gave him more incentive to mess with me. Like, I'm messing with a tough guy, and maybe that's I thought I think about it like that. And then I told him like, well, I have like 8 pairs of gloves at home. You can come over here and we can box or whatever. He's like, I don't need gloves. I'm like, motherfucker, the gloves are to protect you, not, you know what I mean? They're not to protect me. I'm like, but it's like I shouldn't have even threatened him, but like, what I mean, everything's a lesson. I need to learn. Even saying all that I lost control of my emotions, just letting him get to me that to that point. But man, at the same time I was like, man, maybe I don't know, I go back and forth. But like my friend was like, why do you care? It was just a taco. And I go, bro, like
it's the premise.
Yeah, it's the premise. And you ever see like John Wick where like there's like, it was just a fucking dog.
Oh yeah,
it's like, nah, bro, that shit was not just a fucking taco.
It's not just a taco.
That fucking was my taco, bitch. I wanted to, I didn't want to like punch, close fist his face. But I wanted to fucking open slap, bitch slap his ass.
Stockton slap.
Yeah, Stockton slap or something. Anyways, what you been up to? Training, firefighter.
Training, firefighting. In my EMT class right now to advance in that. And
what
bouncing at the nightclub.
Oh yeah, you're. Oh yeah, I think Misa was telling me about that. How do you like your bouncing job?
Oh, it's all right.
So, what kind of club is it?
A lifestyle club.
Oh, that's good. Is it like late at night or?
Oh yeah, I get off at 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what time do you go into work today?
No, I was at work yesterday, last night.
Okay. Man, any stories now or same old shit?
I mean, at first it was different, but I feel like there's a 2-week adjustment period with just about everything. You can adjust everything in 2 weeks. That's the way I look at it. And I don't know, I feel like you just become numb to it after that. It's really nothing surprising after that point.
I get you. You seen a butthole yet? Or you seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen buttholes.
And it's like working at a club or any like I don't know what club, it's a strip club or whatever, but whatever club it is, I'm assuming you see a butthole or something at some point.
Well, lifestyle club's a sex club.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. So there's people
there. It's like the fancy name for it.
Yeah, basically.
Lifestyle. I thought it was just like a business club or something.
No.
No.
It's a swingers club. Couples go there to like share their girlfriends and wives. And
have you tried it? No, I'm kidding.
No. They've tried me. They've tried.
They've tried.
Yeah.
I bet they do. Yeah.
Like they'll try to get you to join in and stuff.
Sounds like a cult. I don't know if I would want to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's pretty gross.
I've been similar. I'm pretty sure, like, I hope you're not the guy who cleans it after, It just smells like sweat and butthole and balls and vag.
Yeah, it definitely smells stank.
But yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say it's gross. I don't want to judge them. It's not necessarily that it's gross. It's just it's not my thing.
Yes, exactly.
It's not fair to say that it's gross.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Training MMA. I think in Dalton I've just been training like usual. I think I've kind of fell off my BJJ. I remember using jiu-jitsu. I used to do it a lot.
Same.
But besides that, I've upped the percentage of how much I train like boxing and kickboxing wise. I've been trying to kickbox and box and drill, and I've been trying to at least train like almost every day. But I don't know. I don't know why, but striking for me is just I really find it enjoyable. But I need to get back to jiu-jitsu. That's really something I need to really get back into. But Shit. This happened last time too.
I think it's still on. I think it just. Yeah, we're still on.
Yeah, it's still on. My bad. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the same old shit. Sorry, my notes are like really vague, so I gotta like what the fuck was I saying here?
No, but I feel like I'm definitely fixated on striking too. Jiu-jitsu's great, and I'd love to get into wrestling too. It just doesn't hit the same. Striking's just so much more fun.
Yeah, it is. Striking is very fun. I think it's I don't know. It's like you can. Well, I guess that's what makes every martial arts precious. That there's a unique, just something unique about every kind of martial arts.
Right.
But I agree. I think I don't know what point. Maybe. Well, I guess the best time to start is now. But I really need to get dive into jiu-jitsu and dive into wrestling and become a more fleshed out fighter.
Definitely.
Because I still have goals in mind, where I talked to the professor and he's telling me if you keep training, you can start competing, little competitions and stuff, and start somewhere, and maybe we can build you up from there and stuff like that. Because he asked me that the other day, what do you want to do? And I was like, and he's like, well, if you are serious and you train more, we can start signing you up, and you can have little. It doesn't have to be a big title, of course not. Everybody says you can get you started at least in a prelim level, and I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to. That's why I've been trying to I've been
instead of martial arts, you could start with just a kickboxing match or something.
Yeah,
since that's what your background's in.
I think that's what I want to do. Really, I think that's what kind of made me more it made me train more in a way, because I was I want to get better, And honestly, I've been seeing results. I've been sparring lately this year, and I've been doing way better than sparring than I did a few months ago.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's just a lot of drilling, a lot of just going to class and head movement and practicing footwork and just getting everything right, I think society or life is going back to how it used to be, which is kind of good and kind of bad. I mean, I kind of wish I took advantage more of those plane tickets when COVID came, when plane tickets to New York were $20.
Oh yeah.
I wish I took advantage of that more, to be honest, at the time. But now I'm like, eh. Anyways, man, it's fucking hot. I think TikTok's making people stupid.
I think that's all social media, and I think it's been like that for a while. I think that's honestly the internet in general. Well, the internet's a double-edged sword. There's great information on it, and there's also a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah. Oh man, but lately TikTok's on everything. Well, you don't use social media, so I assume you wouldn't see it. But TikTok's taking over YouTube. It's taking over I'm assuming Facebook. I don't use Facebook or Instagram, so I'm assuming it's taking over from there. But on
Facebook's
YouTube,
probably the worst one. So yeah, I'd say avoid it.
I don't use Facebook. I think it's a complete waste of time.
Absolutely.
But I use Twitter. It's the only thing. I only use Twitter as a news source. Besides that, I don't really use anything else. But man, talking about news, I forgot where it was. Oh fuck it, I lost it.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, there's a rat that retired. He used to find landmines.
That's badass.
But I forgot. Oh yeah, his name was Magawa or some shit like that. I wrote. I don't know why I wrote this. I said, "Forgive me, Lord, for I'm about to simp." I don't know why I wrote that.
For I'm about to simp.
Oh, this is something else. This is from the TikTok and celebrity nature. I think when COVID started shutting down everything, and a lot of celebrities started talking, which no one really wants to hear them talk.
Yeah.
But I realized I wrote this down. Some of the most attractive people have the most terrible takes on things, but since they're attractive, everyone listens to them. And I think that comes with a lot of information. You see Kim Kardashian or someone just because they're attractive and wealthy. I mean, I guess they're wealthy, but remember that she was wealthy from making a sex tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's more because they're celebrities and they have influence that people listen to them.
True. I feel also where I see TikTok challenges of girls who are 18, 19, they're shaking their ass and doing all these slutty dances. I'm their dad just gets home and they're just I just shake their head what the fuck? Imagine how many dads last year came in during quarantine with their daughter just shaking their ass in in the bedroom. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where did I go wrong?
Where did I go wrong? Oh man. But yeah. But that's a new thing where like I'll be on YouTube and I just like I scroll through the shorts thing they added. Shorts.
Yeah.
Man, so much like toxic like just chicks shaking their asses and like dumb TikToks where I'm like,
I feel that's all social media is. It's just girls' asses and other stupid shit.
No, it's like
it's a waste of time.
And it gets hundreds and thousands of likes, and I'm like, who is liking this shit?
Dudes that are beating their meat to it.
Or like 10-year-olds, you know.
Or that, yeah.
I'm like, bro, dudes are beating their meat to it. Yeah,
I mean, if I'm being honest.
No, that's
why these Twitch girls are so big too.
Yeah, I think Twitch is create a platform for like simps. You know, they'll just be like, here's 100, here's my whole paycheck. You know, just take everything.
Yeah, men need to realize the value of keeping their seed to themselves.
For real.
Just using that energy and that power in other places. Sexual transmutation, dude.
Is it sexual? What is that?
Sexual transmutation.
What does that mean?
It's basically like what you do is you retain your semen. You don't bust.
Oh yeah, you believe in semen retention, right?
Yep, 100%.
You know what's funny? I actually, when I was with this girl recently, I did that. Right? I didn't. Honestly, like porn kind of fell off for me, and like recently, this is like a new thing where like I haven't really got into it like it's porn because I thought about it and I was like, why am I gonna watch porn? Why am I gonna jerk off when I'd rather have sex? You know what I mean? It's like that's a better way, you know, in my opinion. And I kind of
and porn takes away your motivation to go out and actually achieve real sex and real connection with human beings.
But what do you think of wisdom faps? You know what those are?
No.
Wisdom faps?
Never
it's
heard
okay,
it.
say like you're about to go on a date, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're not too sure about this girl. You're like,
so you do it to get the post-nut clarity or something?
You're like maybe she's kind of cute, but she's kind of annoying. She's kind of stupid, you know? or like maybe she's just attractive, and then you like nut before, and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm canceling. Like everything's clear now, you know? That happens. That happens to me sometimes where I like, if I really think I like a girl, I'll like wisdom fap or whatever, and then I'll be like, yeah, nah, it was just based on lust. Like I was with this chick recently, and I think it was, and maybe we should cut this part.
Nah, fuck it.
I think it was a chick recently, and like I think it was just more of like a lust feeling than a love feeling. You know, I think it was just I thought she was attractive, like physically, but one time we talked on the phone and I was like, I was just like, you know.
I see you talking, but I can't stare at your titties.
I was actually thinking that right now. But for real, I was just like, man, I was like, what? I was like so sad and disappointed because I was like, I thought this could have been a real relationship, and then she started talking. I'm like,
yeah. See, the reason I believe in semen retention is because I believe that it kind of decreases that brain fog and that kind of indecisiveness and not really knowing how you feel about situations. It builds your confidence and it helps you to kind of it makes you more certain of things. I think it decreases your brain fog and it kind of just clears up your thoughts and it makes you think more clearly. So I think semen retention is more effective than the wisdom fabs.
No, I agree 100%. I think lately, not watching porn. Well, porn, I think, does this thing where it creates like this really fucked up idea of love, and just kind of makes like everything about fucking. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely
not all. And if you talked to me 3 months ago, I probably would have disagreed with you about the whole semen retention thing.
I think I did probably talk about it with you 3 months ago.
But it's like, now I think about it, and I think I took off like I think a month of like not watching porn, and then I watched some, cause out of boredom, and I watched some, and bro, I was like, this is so fake. Like even if it's not fake, it's a fucked up perception of like enjoying a relationship. A relationship shouldn't just be purely like fucking, you know what I mean? It should be more of like a friendship kind of in a weird way. Like it's more than just like fucking, you know. But then like I think the media nowadays makes it like you know, like girls shaking their ass on TikTok and like, you know, doing all these dumb dances, and you know, guys don't even care about getting to know a girl if they can't fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean the media makes everything so artificial.
Yeah, people are very complex creatures.
But porn also, it's a drug. Like with anything, it's with anything fantastical like that, with anything based in fantasy, it's very addictive and it just sucks you in and it just decreases your grip on reality. It takes you further from reality, and it's really just not healthy for you. You need to base yourself in reality and base yourself in the real world. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also why I've kind of taken a lot of time off from video games as opposed to how I used to play them, because I used to play video games almost daily. And I realized there's so much more value in going outside and experiencing real life.
Yeah. I think it's also a video game thing, because this year I've actually played a few games this year where I was like, where they're like not new, but they're new to me because I just never played them and never, picked up the time to play them, and I think I did. And there was a few games where I really liked. I like God of War. I know it came out in like 2016, but I played it for the first time.
Yeah, I've heard God of War's badass.
And dude, that game was really, really good. It gave me hope. And then I played Last of Us 2. The story was okay, but the combat was probably the best combat I've ever played in a game. But I agree. I think now, since I'm older, when I play games for hours, it just seems kind of like a waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to be able to play them all fucking day almost. Now I max out at like 2 hours.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly, like you max out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's well, I mean, some people play for hours and hours and hours, and then they're like.
Well, because it can be addicting just like anything else.
Exactly. I think that's. I think you should value your time.
Yeah, I feel like it all comes down to what you and me have talked about for a long time about how everything needs to be moderated to an extent, because things can get out of balance very quickly. Yeah,
I have a coworker like to talk about moderation, where like he's kind of like a friend, but I give him advice where I tell him like, because he drinks like every day. Like I'm telling you, like when he gets off work, he tells me he gets off work, he goes to the gas station, he gets each one is 24 ounces, but he gets like 2 beers, quotation, but really it's 4 beers.
Yeah.
And he drinks one on the way home, and he drinks one when he gets home, and then he drinks probably more beer that he has already at home, and then he does it every single day. And I told him, I'm the kind of guy where like, if you keep telling me something, I'm not gonna say nothing the first time because I don't want to,
push the boundaries.
That, and I feel like when you give advice to somebody and you tell them and you have to retell them like a lot of times, you're devaluing your own advice, you're devaluing your own words, because you're always, how can I say, like if I told Dalton like, hey, don't do this, and I say it like 100 times, you're not gonna care anymore. But
also, he's a grown man. He's gonna make his own decisions at the end of the day.
That's why like I'm not really a fan of giving advice to people, because like I'll give you advice once, twice, and then I'll probably won't ever give you advice again, because I'm like.
I mean, I think that's how it should be, because at the point you're just wasting your time. At the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want.
That's true, 100%.
And you can try your damnedest to put people on the right path, but it's really up to them to take it. And if they don't want to take it, then it's just not their time yet. I choose to believe that everybody has a time in their life where they will have like an epiphany and they realize that they're living wrong. And
I agree to disagree, because I feel like that would be a nice thought, that everyone has an epiphany.
Well, that's why I say I choose to believe.
I choose to believe that, but I don't. I think people live in the kind of life where they want that momentary satisfaction. They want that like.
Yeah, they trade long-term satisfaction for short-term pleasures.
Yeah, for like beer or like going to a strip club. Or
Escapes.
That's
what I'm saying. Like they try to escape from reality rather than base themselves in reality.
And like, there's this one coworker I have, and he hates I'm not a big fan of my job, but I don't hate it. I've worked at jobs I hated before, but I don't hate it. I don't like it, and I don't love it. It's okay. It's like, it's a job. And I have this coworker where he hates, like, it's not even like 6:02, and I clock in at 6, and he's already like, I want to go home. he's like, I can't wait till 4:30. I'm like, bro, like, and it's like, I don't like having people around that in the morning, because it's like, bro.
Yeah, it just like
makes my day longer, and it makes me like kind of like think negative, and I don't want to be thinking negative because of you,
Yeah.
I like the kind of guy where it's like, okay, that's how I am. When work starts, I'm like, let's get to work, let's get to fucking work, basically.
Yeah.
Get the shit over with.
You should love the grind. You should learn to love the grind and love the hard work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's real satisfaction in hard work and dedication. It's something that Conor McGregor's been preaching for the longest. He said he doesn't believe in talent. He believes in hard work and dedication, and everybody has potential to be 100%. Great.
Was that before or after Khabib beat him? No, I'm kidding.
I think that was before. that was in like the McGregor era, whenever he was fucking McGregor.
Now he's just like a whiskey, Irish whiskey.
Well, now he's comfortable. He's made his money.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think
he's lost that hunger.
I think Khabib humbled him big time.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, like he made him.
Because he thought he could take like 2 or 3 years off and then come back and face one of the greatest martial artists of all time and beat them.
Because he just grabs you, throws you in the ground, and beats you for five rounds, 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like, I don't know, Khabib's he's a goat, and like once I saw him fight like all his fights basically, it always ends up with him eventually getting on top and just dominating.
I think there's one person that if they fought in both of their primes would beat him, and that's GSP. Oh yeah, I think GSP still wants to fight him, but it's one of those things. I think they're both retired. I don't think
they're coming back. I think if the paycheck or whatever is good enough. I don't
think Khabib would come back because I think he's for real, because I think he's very humble and he's a man of his word, and he told his mother that he's not coming back.
Yeah, they said after his dad died, he said he's not.
He promised his mom, and I think he holds true to those kind of values.
I saw this funny.
I respect Khabib a lot.
I know. I like Khabib. GSP. People were like, when is GSP coming back? And then he released that video talking about like, this is how you peel a banana. Oh shit! And everyone's over here hoping he comes back and he's making videos about how to peel a banana. And shit. I'm like, this dude never coming back.
Nah. But he still trains every day though.
Oh yeah, and I think I like his philosophy about sparring. I don't know if you ever heard it. But like his philosophy about sparring is saying that like, I think our professor's philosophy on sparring is, I like Professor Alex. He's one of my favorite professors. But his philosophy of sparring is kind of like gladiator kind of sparring, where it's like go, like we're fighting,
Yeah.
And GSP says that his way of sparring is more like playing, or like they kind of like their thing is that they're kind of playing like when they spar. GSP spars people. He tells his new guys when he spars, or when he spars some fighter from the gym, he goes, okay, we're gonna just play, we're gonna mess around, and then we'll start like not super like knocking out knockout punches and shit, because he says that most fighters lose their ability to become pros from sparring because they spar too hard. Mm. And I think that's why I don't like sparring like twice a week. Like
I used to have a huge problem with sparring way too hard.
Yeah, and I feel like I spar hard, but that's kind of what Professor ingrained in me, to go hard.
Yeah, I've become way more controlled.
Me too.
I go a lot slower now.
Yeah, me too. I think I become more like I don't get gassed when I spar anymore. I used to get like
yeah, same.
But now I don't. I think I learned how to control my punches and control my breathing, and I don't get gassed. Like we'll go like 10 rounds and I don't get gassed.
Well, also I used to have a perspective on it, like kind of like what you said.
Yeah. How
you think Professor Alex feels about it? Just gladiator mode, like go in there and fight to the death.
Yeah.
But now I have more of the mindset that we're not. We're simulating a fight. We're not really in a fight. It's sparring. We're in there to train and to learn from each other and to teach each other and to practice our techniques that we learned in class. We're not there to kill each other. And that's
COVID.
Yeah, my bad. So
I agree.
Yeah, I'm all about light sparring now.
I mean, I don't mind hard spar, but it's like
if you have like a fight coming up and you're helping somebody train, that's different, but like
well, me, I kind of have to go a little harder because I'm not that, big, and some of my opponents have that weight advantage.
Yeah, and they don't realize that they're hitting hard as shit.
So I have to go a little hard. I even tell guys like before I fight them, I go, "Hey, I'm gonna go a little hard, just so you know."
Yeah, dude, like, Junior's like that, dude. I feel like he doesn't realize how big he is, so he just like will fucking slug you.
Yeah, he like for real.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I have to go a little harder, but my main goal is like the other day I have it on video. Like this guy like. He fell and he got up and he gave me his back, and right when he turned around, I just I just tap him like just to show him I could have just threw a hard hook right there and just knocked him out, or I would have laid him out like I have it on video like I just push his face just so he knows that like, yeah, if I would have swung that hook right there, it would have like flatlined you. Like I would have just went boom. I had it perfect too. Like,
yeah, I mean, you never give your opponent your back.
Yeah, he gave his bag, and then he turned around, and I just kind of just pushed him, like his face with my glove, and I was just like, just so you know, I could have hit you right there. And I think he realized it too, because then he continued the match, and he just fist bumped me and we kept going. Because I was basically showing him that I could have just easily just.
Yeah, I think the only time I have my back turned to my opponent is if I'm spinning.
Yeah, spinning. But this guy he just fell and he turned around, and I was like, bro, I could just. Like, right when he turned back around, I already had a hook ready, and I just pushed. I could have threw that hook real hard right there, but I was like, should have mercy. But I thought about it later, and I was like, he wouldn't have done that for me. You know what I mean?
But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That just means that you're more controlled, and it's not bad.
That's true, but, like...
Because it's like we were talking about, you don't need to be in there to kill your opponent. Was he newer?
Yeah, he was newer.
Well, yeah, a lot of newer guys aren't controlled.
Yeah, because in my head, I was like, I could easily just like that right then. It's like when you fight, it's like a second. It's split seconds where you make these decisions. It's not like, oh, this guy is not like an anime. He's like, he's gonna throw a mega punch and time for my move. It's like no, it's like boom, 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 move, boom, 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 move, duck, move. Circle. Like it's like fast.
Yeah, it's not a movie.
It's not a movie. It's not like you after like training for a while. I watch movies now with like fight scenes, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that shit's so fake, or it looks so like people really believe this is how fights are.
Yeah, I was watching Kingdom, which is a good show.
Yeah.
You know Kingdom, the one about MMA.
No, actually no. I thought it was about something else, but no.
Oh yeah, it's a show about MMA, and it's a good show, really good show. I got into it and I liked it a lot, but like the fighting scenes are pretty unrealistic.
I mean, that's Hollywood. I mean, how real can you make it?
Yeah.
I watched a Creed, and it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I guess. It was just like, it felt more like a love movie than an actual boxing movie.
Oh, also going back to that sparring thing.
Yeah.
It's better for you to be more controlled, especially with newer guys, because you know that you're more experienced than them. Yeah.
But I get kind of mad when because I know they're new, but they'll go hard, and I kind of have to go hard back. I can't.
Well, I mean, it's like what Professor Alex says. Whenever you first start, he'll tell you they're gonna go as hard as you go.
Yeah.
Like he'll be talking about the experienced guys to the newer guys.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I like that guy went hard like the first time, and I'm kind of this guy where I need to fix this habit where I'll let someone hit me just to scope. Okay, this is how hard you're going. That I don't feel as bad later when I hurt you, or when I like they'll be like, yeah, I got him. Like I'll hit them with light punches at first, and then like once I start seeing like they're going hard, I'll go, okay, then we're going hard. Let me turn up. But most of the time I try to just scope out how hard they're going, and then from there I try to like either keep the pace or go on a higher pace than them. Right. Like if I had a spar Professor Alex last week, and bro, I'm not gonna fucking go hard on him. Yeah. He kept telling me like, come on, I'm like, nah, I'm good. What does he say? He's like, don't hurt me, I'm old. I'm like, yeah, right, bro. You just like rip my head off. Yeah, for real. Like, bro, he beats my ass effortlessly. Like he just slaps my ass around, and I'm over here like just on the floor, like no more.
You gotta pull angles and feints with him, man.
For real. Or he'll be like, for him it is like an anime fight. He'll be like lecturing you while he's beating your ass. Yeah. He'll be like,
he's the final boss.
he's like talking to you while he's like, bro, that's like at that point he's just like talking to you, and you're like, and he's like over like, all right, keep your hands up, and he punches you in the face, Like I want to get to like, that's kind of like my goal level, is to get to like that point where I'm like that comfortable with fighting, where it's just like, I'm not, because with him it's like he doesn't look at you, you're kind of just like a target, You're not like a person, which is, I'm slowly becoming like that, where when I fight someone I kind of take out the emotional aspect of it. I get really nervous before sparring, but I can't explain it. Like when I'm in there and the match starts, all those nerves go away, and I'm just like, and I think that's the problem I had like a few months ago or a year ago, where I used to think like too emotionally, but now I think more of like it's like a war, and I have to be more tactical, like how I approach someone, what I do, cutting angles, hitting certain parts of the body, like aiming, like mixing my moves up, You know, I've been kind of like trying to incorporate that in. But yeah, I've been trying to like be less emotional, and like I think that's what the media or the world runs now in days is all they base everything off emotion instead of actual like using their brains, especially like with the oh man, don't get me started with politics, but goddamn, like a lot of the politicians now use minorities as a way for to get votes, but they've always done that. Like they use. I don't think people know that they're using your emotions against you, so you agree with them.
Oh yeah,
but they 100%. Don't care. They don't care about the movement. They don't care about helping minorities. Like look what's happening in the border. Everyone's hush hush on it now because they don't want to talk about it. But there's fucking hundreds of kids like trapped in the border, and some of them are going missing.
Yeah, and it's funny. They were reporting all about it whenever Trump was in office, saying it was his fault, and then it's still happening.
It's still happening. And
even though Biden was saying he was going to stop it.
And even though Obama was the one who created the cages. Anyways, this is where we get canceled. It's canceled.
I really don't understand why people hated Trump so much because...
you're speaking words? Bro. Not kidding.
Well, I mean, because like, if you look at it, it's like you said, a lot of the shit that people were mad about was stuff that was already implemented before he was even in office.
I know, bro. You know why? Because it's fake. It's all I 100% agree with you. I think it's all like okay, put it like this. People on the media paint it okay, it's like how can I say, it's like they play with you with your emotions. Everything doesn't have to be true, you know? Like
they lie about a lot.
They lie about everything.
Yeah.
Like something that's a lie. This is where for real people are gonna get mad. Was the whole like rioting in the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was a whole lie, and they blamed Trump like it was all his fault. You know, it was his fault that these riots happened and blah blah blah. But that's not true. The media are the ones who portray it that way. You know, he resurrected a riot and he didn't do anything.
Right.
But they're still talking about it, and they're still making like using him as a scapegoat. But he's not even in office. Look what Twitter's doing. They're censoring. He doesn't even have a Twitter account anymore. Twitter banned him from the platform.
Yeah, I think all of the social media.
All the social media's banned him. What does that mean? What happened to freedom of speech?
Really.
Because I say something you don't agree with, you can just censor me?
That's what happens whenever you put freedom of speech in the hands of private companies that can do what they want with their platforms.
Exactly.
Because it's not regulated. Like, they make the rules.
Did you hear what they did with Parler? With like Parler used to be this app where it was freedom of speech. You could say anything you want and nothing would happen. Like you could say anything you want. And someone, quotation marks, on the big tech company made claims saying that like, oh, people use the app Parler to incite the riot. So what they do, the big tech companies got rid of Parler. They sued them. They canceled their app. They said you guys can no longer. Oh, and the main reason, the underlying reason why they did that was because Trump was moving to Parler, and they were like, oh, we can't have that, you know. So what they do, they canceled the whole app. We live in a censored society now. That's
I don't get why he's like the big target.
because okay, people are gonna get upset. Whatever. I don't like to talk about politics because people. I don't think with my emotions. I think with my brain, and I read stories.
We can always cut this part out if it really becomes a problem.
Anyways, we'll re-listen to it and see how bad it sounds later. I was gonna say, people are too emotional nowadays, and they don't think with their brains. What's I mean? They think too much with their emotions, or they think more like, he's mean, he's racist.
Oh you know I guess that does make sense. Yeah. Like
people don't think. There was.
They're just looking at the surface. They're not looking at the bigger picture. Like
assholes. Like the whole cops. All cops are bad. All cops are bad people. Bro, like that's a whole other subject. But like the whole like hating cops thing became.
Oh yeah, ACAB. All cops are bastards.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah.
I never even looked it up. But
yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit.
And I think that's just but people don't see that, you know. They think everything's based it's based on racism and it's because cops hate black people and this and that. It's like, bro, you guys, there's assholes everywhere in the world. If you go to Wendy's, there will be assholes there. They're,
and as a first responder, I know both sides of it, and I can tell you it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's total bullshit. It's like there's assholes everywhere. Like someone okay, like even celebrities. Like celebrity might be a good actor. Like I don't know, like Keanu Reeves. And I almost spoke Spanish. And he might be an awesome actor, but like they'll find that one thing he did 10 years ago, like cancel culture, and they'll be like, you did that one. You might have done all these 100 great things, but you did that one thing. It's like there's always gonna be a bad apple everywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of times they. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. I'm basically done.
They'll find stupid shit from years ago, like, oh, he made a dumb joke, like 10 years ago, and it like won't even be that bad. It'll be like, oh, if my son was gay, that'd be lame,
you know.
And then it's just like some stupid little joke like that, some tweet.
But that's what people are looking for. They're looking for the next big fish to jump on. Like, oh, look, everybody, look, point. Like, look, we're going to ruin this guy's life because he made a comment, a year ago. Mm-hmm. Okay, move on. It's like, man, there's like so many cases I can talk about. But there's this one lady, this guy pulls her over. My friend was talking about this one yesterday. And like, he says like this one lady she got pulled over by a cop, right? Mm-hmm. And the cop was saying like, okay, I need your license, blah, blah, blah. And the cop was like, the lady in the car was like, you'll never be white. Stop trying to be white. And the cop's like, okay, lady, anyways, I'm going to need your license.
What color was the cop?
He was a Hispanic, I think. Oh. And then she was like, you'll stop trying to be white. You'll never be white.
Because he was a cop?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just like, she's like...
She just missed the entire point as to why he became a cop.
I said, and hatred is like a cycle. And if you're just because... I think we talked about this last time. We're like, I think just because you think all cops are bad doesn't send us. It doesn't make it right to be an asshole. Like say you say white people hate black people, right? Mm-hmm. Is the incentive to hate white people? You know what I mean?
No, because at the end of the day, like if you really believe that, then that makes you just as bad. Exactly,
but people don't have that thought process on social media. You read social media now, they go, oh well, you're white, so you're probably racist. You're a cop, so you're probably you profile black people and Hispanics, and you'll shoot them if you can. Mm-hmm. You're not here to keep the peace. You're here to actually destroy the peace. They people think like that because they're ignorant. That's really what it is. They're ignorant, thinking to all that. If you actually used your brain and thought, you would be like, oh wait, I'm wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But they're too deep, And if they go back on their word or go back on their ideas, now they're gonna feel. It's like this. Like, I think being ignorant is the worst thing. I mean, it's the best thing. It's bad and good to be ignorant, because like if you're ignorant, and you kind of agree with you being ignorant, it kind of shows how smart you are. Yeah. People who think they're like perfect and they know everything, and they know how the world works, and they know how cops are, and white people and black people and Hispanic people and Asian. They already know how they think. They're the ones who are ignorant because they're never learning anything more.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between being ignorant and being stupid and stubborn. Yeah. Being ignorant means simply you don't know something, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're not willing to learn. But being stubborn and stupid is a whole different story. You're just like stuck in your ways and you're not willing to learn and to grow and to change your mindset and your views. And
they turn it to an argument instead of like, I don't agree with what somebody says. I'll just try to get to know what they're trying to say or their point being. But that doesn't mean that like, I think the other person goes home, they want to go home thinking like, yeah, I won, mm-hmm. I beat him. But with me, I'm just learning. I'm like, oh, you think like that? Okay. That's fine, you think that way, but I don't think that way, but I'll keep in mind the way you think, you know what I mean? Just because someone thinks a certain way doesn't mean that you can't learn from them,
Yeah, and I mean, if people don't talk and people don't respect each other's opinions and perspectives, then the change that people want to see won't ever happen. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree with you. One time this guy asked me if I liked he's like, how you liking the summer Red Bull edition summer version or whatever the fuck it's called? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's alright, it's better than the winter version. That one was like shit. And he was like, that was my favorite one. And then
you're dead to me now.
I know. I was just like, I do that all the time. Where like one time I came out of I haven't seen that guy ever since I said that comment, so maybe I heard him.
Hey.
But basically, one time he comes into the locker room after practice, and I go, and he's wearing glasses, and I go, wow, you look so smart with those glasses on. And I go, I kind of like backtrack. I go, well, I'm not saying that you look dumb, you know, without them on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, man, you just need to shut up. Because he kind of gave me a face where it was like,
You were already smart without the glasses. You just look smarter with them.
I know, but I was like, man, I shouldn't have even said anything, you know? One time I called this, one time this I think I told you about this, like there was this tranny, right? And she was like talking to the camera, right? And I didn't know it was a tranny. And then I was like, wow, I go, your voice, LOL, in the comment. I was simping, you know. And then and I wake up to like a whole hate mob, like the LB whatever, you know?
LGBT. Yeah.
They all. I woke up and I just had like 100 like comments going like, "You're a piece of shit."
What did you say about the voice?
I was just like, "Oh, your voice, LOL." That's literally what I said. I was like, "Your voice, LOL." And I didn't know it was a man. Like I swear I thought it was a chick.
Oh.
And then I woke up with this whole like hate mob like coming after my head. They were like, "How dare you!" And then he or whatever made a post about it, like look at this guy, like he's, you know. I was just like, what the hell happened? Like, what the hell happened? That was but I just thought it was funny, you know.
This cis male.
For real. I just woke up like, what the fuck? I didn't even know it was a man. But well, let me see. I wrote this down. I don't know if I wrote this or maybe I got this from somewhere. This is from my notebook. Oh yeah, this year I've been kind of writing my thoughts down.
Oh, that's good.
And it's been kind of helping me kind of like go back and see the way, like, say I have a good idea or a good like quote in my head, or I hear something interesting that, you know, struck me. I'll write it down just so later I can look at it like, oh, okay, that was cool.
Yeah, journaling is pretty major. It's very therapeutic. I've been doing video journaling on YouTube.
Oh. And plug your YouTube in.
D-Journey.
Is that really what your thing's called?
Yeah. Well, I shortened it to just DJ now.
DJ. Yeah, you think you make a rave music? I wrote you are who you are and who you could be, basically.
Very true.
But yeah, how long has this been going? It's about time. We'll give it like 5 more minutes or something. But
let's give it 8. Let's just go a full hour.
Yeah, might as well. We'll edit it down. I'll edit it down. Probably do something tomorrow between training. In my notes, basically we talked about everything.
What about?
Oh yeah, this guy told me there's like this crackhead in my job. He used to work there, and he used to like do crack, and he'd be like, "Hey Chris," he like whisper, like, "Let me suck your dick."
What?
Yeah, he would always be like, "Chris, let me suck you up," and I'm like, "No, bitch, what the fuck? Get away from me!" And then one day I go up to him, I go, "You're a damn crackhead," and he go, "I'm a healthy crackhead." But I thought that was funny. Not everything needs your opinion on it. Like, some people, like, I learned that because I used to give my opinion a lot to people, and then I realized the best course sometimes is just to be quiet, you know. Like,
yeah, some opinions are best left to yourself. Yeah,
because it's not like that. Oh, you're weak for not saying anything. If anything, if you're always it's like if you're always the guy blah 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 talking, no one really cares because you're always the fucking motherfucker who's always can't shut up, you know. I'm cursing too much, but then if you're the guy who's quiet and then you say something, people listen more, you know.
Right.
But that's what I think. I don't know. I wrote that down for some reason. The other day I went out of town to visit somebody, and on the way back I was driving my grandpa's car. It's the first time he let me drive it, and the very first time, like, he's never let me driven it before, but he's like, you know what, Chris, I trust you. You're going out of town. You need to drive, you know. And then I go, oh great, and I'm on the way back, and it's raining hard. It's raining so hard that like the windshield wipers are not wiping fast enough, and the water's hitting the street so hard, and next thing I know, I'm like, I go into the water like a fucking like a boat. I just go in, and the water's deep. I couldn't even tell I was in until like I realized, like, wait, I can't move the steering wheel. Like, it's literally locked. I can't move.
Oh shit.
The car's fucked. And anyway, I called my grandpa, and I'm like, hey, my bad. You know, I felt so bad. Like, I'm kind of over it now because, you know, what am I gonna do? You know, be depressed. I mean, it was sad. Like, I felt terrible after. I felt like so stupid. But I mean, like, you live and you learn, you know. It sucked, basically. But I thought it was kind of funny that my grandpa, like, I call him, I go, hey, you know, my bad, you know, guess what happened? No. But anyways, like I told him what happened, and then later he texted me. He's like, hey, look for the iPad if you see it. And I look over and I just see it floating in the water inside the car. Like, oh fuck! I look over, it's just floating. And I go, God damn it!
My bad.
My bad. And then like this like I was in a small town. Like you could tell like there's a lot of meth heads or something there. And this guy comes up. He's like, hey, you can't be here. And I'm like, I know, I don't want to be here. And he's like, I'm trying to go home. And he's like, I could just tell by his eyes he was on something.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes were like dilated. They were like wide as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you can't be here, man. He's like, you gotta go. And I go, someone called the cops on you. I'm like, how do you know someone called the cops? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? And then he said, you gotta go, man. And I was just like,
he probably thought you were doing meth in there too.
This is my meth spot. You know? This is where I do meth. But he's like, you gotta go. And I was like, ugh. I'm over here getting a towel, like draining all the water out from inside the car.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do something. What the fuck am I gonna do? Stand there in the fucking car full of water?
Mm-hmm.
And then like the tow truck guy comes and he has like his he's like, I'm like, hey, can you give me a ride? And like the guy was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. What do you mean for real? It's your fucking job, bitch. And he goes, all right. And then he gets in the car and he's just smoking cigarettes, and it's like his baby mama's sitting between us.
Damn.
And she's pregnant as fuck. And I'm over here like, God, this is like the worst day of my fucking life.
That poor baby.
Oh yeah.
Just sucking in all that cigarette smoke.
It's gonna be really smart.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the next.
The guy sounds like a winner.
I know, right? I was like, man, you guys. It was like the worst day of my life, honestly. But yeah, that's what that was my. But it was kind of like those things where I told my grandpa, I was like, I'm sorry, you know. It's something you live, you learn, you know. Like,
yeah, my thoughts on it are: if you think about the past, you get depressed. If you think about the future, you get anxious. So base yourself in the present.
True. I think what you do matters in the perspective is that everything, like you said about Conor McGregor, like if you practice something enough and you preach it and practice and you dedicate certain times to it. I want to start streaming and I want to start podcasting on a regular basis. For me, like I thought about maybe like every whenever I'm free, like on Saturday or probably Saturdays or Sundays, I'll like make a podcast myself or with you or with anybody. I'll start a routine, even if it's not like just to like get the ball rolling, you know.
Yeah.
And like I want to start streaming and I want to start doing more things because I don't want to live in the idea where like, oh, I could have done that. Oh, I wish I would have done that like a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate wishing you would have done something. You know what I mean? I hate like you said, it's not good to think about the past. So it's like I'd rather do everything I can now in the moment. And I've been getting more into like money and like investing and reading books about money and, you know, goals, and I've been dedicating my time more. And I think I've been just trying to become a better version of myself, you know. I strive to be the best version of myself.
Yeah, it's like Kevin Hart said, the one thing he doesn't like in life is a talker. Just do it.
Exactly. 100%. 100% agree with that. Oh, I had his bipolar supervisor on Friday. He tells me like, hey, I have his bipolar supervisor. Like he's just bipolar. He's like that. And on Friday, he tells me, Chris, take out these 7 pallets from this trailer. I work on this forklift now. My job. It's not that bad. I don't mind it. It's really easy. I like it. It's all right. I get to sit and it's relaxing. You know, it helps me rest before martial arts training. So I don't mind it. It's actually pretty chill. It gets hot in the trailers, but besides that, I don't mind it. But it's not something I want to do forever.
Right.
Well, anyways, he tells me, Chris, take out these 7 pallets, and I go, okay. And he tells me, at 4 you're gonna sweep, and then we go home at 4:30, and then after I take out 7 pallets, I go to the restroom because I had to go. I literally had to go. I had to piss or whatever. And I come back and he goes, hey, where were you? Carl, the floor. And I'm over here like in my head like, bro, like I started laughing. I'm like, bro, chill out. It's not that serious. He goes. I told him I had to go. Like, I had to go to the restroom. He goes, and he doesn't speak really. He speaks okay English. He goes, you don't know? No, I said no. I had to go. And he goes, you sweep first and then you go restroom. Basically, like you sweep and then poo poo. I'm like, the fuck you? What are you, my dad or something? Hell no. But it was one of those things where I was just like, God, I need to do something better in my life. You know, I was like,
he said, you slave.
Basically. But it was out of nowhere too. It was just like, bro, like I thought that was funny though. I thought that was kind of like dumb, like how over the top he went, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I think that's a good place to cut it.
Yeah, I was about to cut it right there. Alright, guys. This was a long time coming.
Hell yeah.
I wish I had better notes, but it was pretty good. I think
it was a success.
I think we'll just edit it down and see what we like and, you know, get canceled already.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, bro. Yeah, it's fucking hot in here. You turn it back on. Alright, guys. Thank you for tuning in and see you in the next one, I guess.
Deuces.
Adios.